Good morning to one and all present here. Today we are going to discuss post-colonialism in Kamala Markandeya's novel. The prominent authors of the period are R.K. Narayan, Arundhati Rai, Salman Rushdie, Ruth Power Jabawala, Anita Desai, Nayantara Sahgal, Kamala Markandeya. And post-colonialism in English literature focus on the legacies of British colonialism, complexities of post-independence society. Post-colonial theory deals with aesthetic view of life, socio-economic condition of the people, historical background, and also the political upheavals of the time. Kamala Markandeya was born as Kamala Purnaya in the year 1924 in a place called Mysore. She hails from Brahmin family, the highest caste in Indian society. She was graduated with a degree in history from University of Madras in Chennai. She worked as a journalist for a brief period. She emigrated to England in 1948 and she married Benton Tyler and had one daughter. Though she was famous as international writer, she was a very private person and she died in the year 2004. She had a greatest transition in her life when she started writing novels. She wrote under the pseudonym Kamala Markandeya. Nectar in a Sea was her first novel, which was published in the year 1954 and gained international acclaim. Totally, she has written 10 novels to her credit. And Nectar in a Sea, Samina Fury, Silence of Desire, Possession, Handful of Rice, Coffer Dams, The Nowhere Man, Two Virgins, Golden Honeycomb, Pleasure City, Bombay Tiger, which was published posthumously. The themes of her novels, which deals with culture, family, tradition, and identity crisis. Western influence we can find in the novels of Kamala Markandeya, that is in Nectar in a Sea, Samina Fury, Silence of Desire, Two Virgin, and Golden Honeycomb. The story Nectar in a Sea deals with the impact of British colonialism, sufferings of Rukmani and Nathan, the protagonist, social changes that happened in their life, and difficult to adopt to the Western influential society. Some inner fury, which also focus on the British colonization, resistance to adopt to the colonial rule, Mira's love, the protagonist's love for an Englishman, and how she sacrifices her life and fight for the freedom movement. Silence of Desire focus on the conflict between tradition and modernity, and also she focused on the disagreement between faith and reason. Two Virgin, it's the problems faced by the girls in the modern complex society, adolescent awakening, and also the effects of modernism in the ways of traditional rural India. Golden Honeycomb is another novel which focus on the history, Indian imperialism and Western modernism. Decline of Indian princely states was its main focus, and it's starting from the year 1850 to 1947. The post colonial theory deals with the British colonialism on Indian society, struggle for cultural identity, and resistance to Western influence. So, we can focus on these areas when you take a post colonialism as your research topic. Colonialism and imperialism, cultural clash, identity and hybridism, social change, and even globalization. So, I would like to focus more on these Western ideas, technologies, and economic system, how it affects or disrupts the traditional way of life through the characters from these novels. And also, it leads to profound challenges and sufferings of these characters. The clash between Indian values and also the intrusion of Western influences, which result in both cultural destruction and a resilience in the face of adversity. So, through the characters of Rukmani, Meera, Sarojini, and also Rabi in a Golden Honeycomb. We concentrate, we get to know about how these characters suffer under the hands of colonial rule. They are directly or indirectly, they suffer under colonialism or colonization. Their sufferings are beautifully brought out by Kamala Markandeya through these characters. Thank you.